Hello, everyone. How are you today? I wanted to bring this video to you today because I was brought a beautiful email that really got me thinking. And I've been in this high vibrational state now for a minute, and it's all about like just feeling gratitude all the time. And so I basically sat down with myself. So I've been getting two like um impressions or perceptions coming at me in the past like month. And one is where I'm starting to really see where other people are defensive. And they're defensive not because they want to be, but it's become their operating system. Like anytime someone says something to them, the armor goes up. No matter how loving that what they're perceiving as criticism and judgment is coming at them, like they're really feeling hurt or triggered, right? And I could see it very clearly, and it was crazy to me. And then I had this beautiful email come to me, and I got thinking about it. And I mean, the points that were made in the email, it was like, my gosh, I used to resonate there. I totally know where this is coming from. I can totally feel the energy behind it, and it is coming from a place of love, but it's also coming from that old perception of fear and being triggered again, right? Old programming, not being able to kind of see maybe a bigger picture. See, here's the thing with this is any of you who maybe are resonating with that, like, yeah, I've got to have my armor on. Like, I've got to protect myself because if I don't, I'm not going to be safe and stable. I'm not going to be okay. Because you don't know that you're absolutely going to be okay if you like put down that armor and you do lead with your heart and you do lead with love and compassion and gratitude. And so that's what this video is going to be about. And so if you're just finding me, welcome. I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor teacher with integrative energy therapy. And I am all things spirit. So I have taught evidential medium classes. I do have a community on my website where if you are someone that is dropping down into your spiritual awakening, you're dropping into learning how to ascend or heal those traumas and dramas, check out my website at guidance311.com. But in this video, I want to talk about the 3D energy versus the 5D energy because we are coming out of that very competitive patriarchal energy, and we're moving and shifting into that very high vibrational, cooperative, beautiful, loving energy. So we're going from very patriarchy to really stepping into divine feminine. And it's a very different energy. And so that's where people who are still kind of resonating more in the 3D, and of course there's variations on the spectrum, right? It's not like, okay, if I'm in 3D, I'm right here, and if I'm in 5D, I'm right. No, you're somewhere on that spectrum, right? And the other thing to know about that spectrum is you can move on that spectrum given a situation, given a day, given a, where you are in your own frequency, your own vibration, right? Are you letting the fear be the one that drives the train? Or are you really stepping into letting the love drive the train? And so this was what I was kind of brought to in my meditation this morning. And it came from, like I said, an email, but that email really was just a culmination of a month long of like really starting to feel into this energy of seeing people being defensive and recognizing it very clearly, and knowing that I'm recognizing it very clearly because I had been in that place at one time. And so it was very interesting to me to now like like I sat down and thought about it. Like, why am I not being defensive? Like, what is shifted within me, right? Why am I not being triggered? Why am and I have had very difficult situations going on this past month. in my personal life where in the past, I could see where I should have been triggered here, 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 and here, like every day in the past month, but I haven't been. And I haven't been energetically exhausted either with all the things that my time has been demanded. My emotions have been demanded. My mental perception has been demanded by other people, right? And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, why am I not exhausted? Why am I not angry? Why am I not being defensive? Why am I not snappy? Why am I being accepting and loving and compassionate and yeah, setting my boundaries, but still being able to be from that space of love and to be able to have the energy and have the desire to help and be beneficial. And it's been a beautiful um awakening of my perception of how I am now in these energies navigating my life in a very very different way. And it's amazing to me that I don't live with that energy of fear and ego that used to be the armor or the perception in which I acted through. So I'm really starting to see and experience energy and people and situations through that lens of love and compassion that's allowing me to more easily navigate my life. And even though I still, again, I have to have my boundaries, right? I still have to be able to say no as a complete sentence. But I'm not allowing other people's choices and decisions to make me defensive, even though I can see where their choices and decisions are making themselves defensive, or where situations are coming at them that are making them feel defensive. And having that kind of outside perspective on it has been very, very interesting because I am now seeing why people say or do the things that they say or do, and it's all like a trauma response because they're afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid to be open and honest. Excuse me. And I can now see that very clearly. And it's to the point where I now see, on that spectrum of competition, cooperation, like where they're operating from. And they do also like come in and out of, fear and love, right? More divine feminine versus the patriarchy, right? Not on such a wider scale than, what I'm seeing others. For some, I feel like you're on this really big spectrum, really big spectrum. For some, I feel like it's a more smaller spectrum, and it doesn't really matter where you are. It really doesn't. But to have that awareness of seeing and understanding why people are reacting to you the way they're reacting, that can allow you to really shift how you are responding. And I feel like that's what I've been coming to in the past month. Like my responses are so different. I'm not attacking back. I'm able to kind of step back and see, oh, they're triggered. They're triggered because of, X, Y, or Z that happened to them. And so, yes, these are people that are close to me, But I think you can start then, like, projecting that out into the wider world. Like, you may not know exactly X, Y, and Z why people are being triggered or coming at you in a certain way, but you see the trigger. You see they're coming at you in a certain way, and you can be like, "Oh, not about me. Not about this situation. They're bringing that to the table. I don't have to accept it." You can then respond in loving compassion and say, "I don't accept that," or set your boundary from love and compassion. But I think it's very interesting that where we were in ego, in fear, and always being on the defensive, waiting for the attack, was keeping us from living our most authentic expression. We weren't able to then drop down into who we came here to be because we were too caught up in the protection. We were too caught up in the energy of, who stay over there so I don't get hurt. Stay over there so I don't whatever. But now, by staying in the frequency of gratitude and compassion and love, that frequency, that energy, we get a clarity. That love frequency gives us a clarity. That gratitude frequency, that compassion gives us a clarity that we can now not get triggered because we know that what they're bringing to us, it's nothing about us. The other thing too is we can't get triggered is because we're not in that frequency anymore. We've resonated out of that frequency. If you're someone that's been on a healing journey, or you've been on a transformation journey, or you've been really learning how to get high vibe or raise your vibrational frequency through gratitude, through forgiveness, you're starting to see this dichotomy, right? The real difference that's out there at the moment. And be the model of how things can be different. Be the model of love and compassion and gratitude and all the high vibrational frequencies that for many are still fear based. They are afraid to be grateful. They're afraid to be in love. They're afraid to give and receive love. They're afraid to be in compassion because that feels vulnerable. That feels too iffy. If I stay in fear, if I stay angry, if I stay in grief, I know what that is. I know what that feeling is. I can anchor into that, and that keeps me feeling safe and stable because that's what I know. That other thing that you're talking about, I don't know that. I don't know gratitude. I don't know love and compassion. I don't know those frequencies of feeling goodness that feels too scary because I've never resonated there before. I've always had to have that armor of protection, that defensiveness to keep myself safe and stable because of the abuse, because of the neglect, because of the criticism and judgment, because of the grief, because of the anger, because of all those low frequencies, greed, lust, envy. They're what are familiar to me, even though I know they're not great. That's where I'm comfortable. And so it's been interesting for me in this past month to really start to recognize that I'm seeing that very clearly and responding, staying in my authenticity, responding from love and compassion. But this isn't love and compassion of letting you, like, run all over me. This isn't love and compassion of, I just give you everything you want so you'll leave me alone. This isn't love and compassion of, I'm just gonna give to you so that you don't attack me. No. This is the love and compassion of, I speak the truth, You receive it or you don't. I also have boundaries. So when you're crossing my boundaries, right, you want too much of my energy. I have to be like, no, but I'm still going to love you and accept you for where you are on your journey, where you are in that ego, or where you are in that fear, or where you are in that defensiveness. I can still love you. I can't accept any like abuse. I'm not going to accept any um way in which you want to like foist your stuff on me, right? I'm not accepting your bad behavior. Mm-mm. So if you're someone who wants to recognize that within yourself and change that within yourself and respect me, then we can work. We can vibe, right? Even though you're lower or in a different frequency. And again, it's not lower, higher, better, bad. No, right? Frequency is frequency. And you decide like where you are, but not have judgment where somebody else is, right? So this isn't about having judgment about where anybody else is. This is about allowing people to be where they are. This is non-judgment. So having the perception of where people are and not judging it, staying in non-judgment, loving them where they are, in their defensive mode, in their anger, in their grief, as long as they're respecting you in your non-judgment, they're respecting you in your allowability of where they are. Because chances are if they're doing those things, they want to be better, right? They want to raise their frequency. They want things to be different. They don't want the old programming. They want something new. They may not know how to get it. And I feel like that's what this 5D energy, fifth dimensional energy of love and compassion and cooperation is helping us all do with people who are stuck in the fear and the ego and the old paradigm, the old story, the old patriarchy, the old competition. Because for many people, they recognize that they don't feel good. They're not getting what they want. Their life isn't what they want it to be. They're not happy, right? But this other thing that you're modeling, that you're showing, that's scary. That's uncomfortable. Never been there before. Not really sure what that's all about. All you can do is keep modeling it. All you can do is continue to show them that it's it's also safe and stable. It's also can become your new norm. But it's more important to model than to try to tell, right? It's show, not tell. It's model the behavior. And there are going to be some people who are like, "Ooh, I want some of that. How are they doing that? Can you help me? Can you give me the secret? Can you help guide me?" And there's gonna be people that are like, nope, not going in that direction. Nope. I don't know what the heck's going on over there, but I'm out." Those people you just have to let go with light and love. Pray for them. Those are gonna be the people really ensconced in those lower frequencies, the lust, the greed, the envy, the narcissist, the sociopath. And we just have to love them from afar. But I really feel compelled to talk about this today because I could see the dichotomy. I could very clearly in the last month see 3D and 5D and kind of all of the different ranges with different people. And so if you're having that experience, it's going to be important for you to kind of stay in your vibration and allow the people through non-judgment to be where they are. And if they're respecting you and interested, then you're making an impact. If they're leaving you, it's because that frequency is too far apart and it's too uncomfortable. And they may be back or they may not, but it's important for you to keep holding your frequency and keep raising your vibration into the 5D consciousness. Okay. Let's pull a Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray to see what Spirit wants to add to this. Yeah, the Order of Melchizedek, embraced by light. Mission uncovered, don't give up. Yeah, if you're watching this video, it's because you are feeling the frequency raising on the planet. You are feeling the frequency raising in your own family, in your own relationships, right? And so the Order of Melchizedek is coming in to say you are being supported. You are absolutely on a mission. And again, be the way shower in whatever form that looks like for you. For some of you, it will be just to be the model, just to be the model of the people around you or the community around you. For some of you, it is about sharing your gifts, whatever that gift is, whatever that talent is. But oh, I'm looking for an M. I need O. But yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. Yep. All right. So I'm just going to read the connect part so that you can learn how to connect with the Order of Melchizedek. When you're feeling challenged by something that feels like a big life lesson, call in the Order of Melchizedek, light bearers, angelic beings, and cosmic guides, and thank you for enveloping me in your brilliant crystal clear light. Because what that's going to do is it's going to allow them to come into your energy field. And in meditation, they can bring you messages, they can bring you inspiration, or they can just give you that feeling of loving support. So whatever you're needing, I would absolutely call them in. So your message is, you have learned so much, are now recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought you. The Order of Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue on this pathway and not give up. Even in memories of moments of darkness and fear, there is the opportunity for you to share your light. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know you're not alone. Light is with you and within you, and by invoking spiritual support, you will be able to muster up the strength, courage, and focus you need to surmount whatever challenges you face. So for those of you that resonate with Melchizedek, I would absolutely invoke them in. And the other card that wanted to come out, Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. Yeah, because for some of you, for those of you who resonate with this, it's because you are future thinkers. You are receiving their Arcturian light codes where you are recalling your power. And so you are feeling the evolution of the planet, you're feeling the evolution in your life, and even the people around you. And so let's see what this card has to say. So connect, how to connect with the Arcturian light codes. Imagine yourself enveloped in a golden, orange, and blue light, and then say, great blue beings of the Arcturian race, thank you for downloading into my frequency forward-thinking energies that will support my evolution. And again, in meditation, you will receive the knowingness, the feeling, the inspiration. So the message is, you can evolve into a greater state of being now. This begins with how you approach even the most mundane of tasks in your own little universe. Show up in ways that you've never showed up before. Instead of checking out of this planet, it's time to check in. Instead of feeling that life is happening to you, realize that you have a huge part to play. Recall your power, realize that you are part of the evolution of humanity, and it's time to become the leader you were born to be. It doesn't matter if you're leading yourself or a larger group. The key is to create more loving ways of doing things. Honor the ideas or thoughts that you've been having recently. If you've been hearing high pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, or sensing that you're being visited by beings in your sleep, know that you are receiving downloads from heaven. Arcturians are with you. So, what they were talking about ringing in ears, different physical sensations, is ascension codes. And so, for some of you, you've been feeling ascension codes. You've been feeling ear ringing. You've been feeling headachy. You've been feeling tired. You've been feeling all the things. For some of you, it's been gastrointestinal. Whatever it is, absolutely check with your doctor. I'm not a medical professional, but if it can't be explained, then here's your explanation. You are ascending and you're having ascension symptoms. Vibrating, different parts of your body or your whole body vibrating is definitely an ascension symptom. But yes, that is what you are experiencing. And so take care of yourself, drink your water, ground, absolutely. Salt baths or salt showers, getting out in nature, absolutely. Getting by running water, absolutely. Um, Anything that is going to help you raise and continue to support your raised frequency. So you are experiencing what you're experiencing. If you're seeing the defensiveness, if you're seeing the triggers, stay in the love, stay in the light. And those who are ready will join you. And those who aren't, pray for them. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, week, or month whenever you come to this. Take care.